Hold on, give me 1 second for your time. People from the Holy Nation, Wagwan, them a call me the chief on the thing, better known as the Heistmaster of the Heistfxacademy. Some of them call it an active crime scene. The boy a wicked like you down, yeah? Real men don't hide and talk. That's why me always come to live from the Heistfxacademy, where it gets hotter than lava. And usually keep it simple and easy. And before you know it all, before you can even utter the word anti-disestablishmentalism, I'm already done with the video. Let me now jump straight to today's topic of discussion. So after me found, me can see some of you are asking me, some of them question me, starting with Ivan. So between a live trading account and a pro farm account, let me now shed light on that topic of discussion between a live account and a pro farm account. So on my YouTube video, look at this post here, and you can follow it at Heistfxacademy to learn more out of the thing. You already know me, keep it simple, nice and easy. Yeah, so that one, if you are a beginner trader with maybe less amount, pro farm account is the best deal or the highest leverage, yeah, a beginner trader can get. But of course, you need to pay some fee for the thing, and you need to have already acquired better skills, because you are going to trade with restrictions and rules to be followed out of the thing, with a maximum daily loss and a total maximum daily loss of 10%, and maybe a daily maximum loss of 5%. But it is a good deal for you to invest in when it comes to the forex field. But then for some people who have already made it big and huge, trading your capital in your own personal account does not get any much better than that, because you are the one to create rules, and once you are in profit, you can withdraw, and like it is like your own business. Yeah, you don't need to wait for months or days to request for a withdrawal out of the thing. But then trading your own personal account with less capital will end up to some of them thing we usually call over trading or over leveraging, because you have a $50 account and you want to flip that $50 account to $1,000 so that you can make substantial, or you can capitalize the market potential, full potential. Yeah, the more you are trying to put a full margin trade and maximize on that trade opportunity you have, the more you want to maximize on the profits, you are also magnifying your losses. Yeah, so if the market goes against you slightly, you can blow your $50 account instantly. Before you can even blink your eyes, the account is gone. For example, me always trade with the best broker man global, and you already know I'm talking about the Just Markets, with the link in the description if you also want to trade with the same broker that I'm using already. Yeah, now you're given a maximum leverage of 1:3,000 in a personal account. Yeah, so that account you can flip $100 to even 500 or even to 5,000, but the risk involved in flipping that 100 to that amount as well, you can lose the 100 in seconds. But what if you use that $100 to purchase a 10K account? Yeah, now this is now talking out of the investment perspective of the thing in the forex market. Yeah, you take the $100, for example, in a funded next, getting a 15K funded account is $119. Yeah, so for example, you have purchased this funded next account. You go for a two-step Scala account. Yeah, so in the first phase, you're supposed to make 8% of the account. That is the challenge phase, and then you're supposed to make 5%. Now that is the second phase, which is the evaluation. Yeah, now the 8% of the 15, so you're supposed to make $1,200 to pass the first phase, and then target for the 5%. Yeah, and if you are able to make the 8%, like if you are able not to make the 8% or the 5% out of the account by just using the initial capital of investment as $100, at the end of the day, you are not going to make anything less than $500. Yeah, so it is a good investment, and you can make more than that. That does not mean that that is the only withdrawal you can do. If you keep on sticking to your rules, then you can be able to buyoka the thing out of the market. Now, in my own example, on my YouTube video, I said I'm going to start that YouTube challenge of a road to a mil in funding, and I've already started. Yeah. Now, my initial investment, me always keep it simple, nice and easy, so that each and every person in my community can also get along as I continue with my videos, with the documentation of my journey in my social media platforms. That is Heistfxacademy, and on TikTok at Heistmastersfx. Yeah. Now, we started a pro-farm challenge with as little as $36, and that $36 US dollars gave me a 10K funded account. On the 10K funded account, I'm supposed to make 8% on the first phase. That is $800. And after making $800, I pass the account, and then I'm supposed to make 5% on the evaluation, which is $500 of the account. Yeah. So if I manage to make 800 and then 500 and I pass the account, and I on the YouTube video I explained on a lot of time is wasted on trying to pass the evaluation and the challenge phases. Yeah. Now what I'm doing now totally different from what I was doing initially is now I'm going to be aggressive in the challenges spaces. Yeah, we either pass them in one trade, one shot, or we blow and buy another one. We don't have 2 months to waste on trying to pass the evaluation and the challenge phases are there. Once you are now funded, you end up blowing or losing the account before even get a payout. Yeah, so you end up wasting resources, and above it all, time is money. You end up losing 6 months and trying to pass the evaluation, and then you don't get returns out of the thing at the end of the month. Yeah, so we are trying to be as aggressive as we can in the first and second phase, and once then we are funded, now we can stick to the traditional management risk, whereby we can either risk 1% to make a 1:3 or a 1:5, and then we can keep it simple, nice and easy. But then now in the first the evaluation and the challenge, I'll be risking more than 1%, meaning a maximum risk in a good trade setup can be up to 3% risk in an account, because the daily max loss I'm not supposed to lose in this account is 5%. Yeah, so I can risk 3% of the account so that I can make a 1:3 and pass the account in just flip of a finger before you can even say panditing. You already know. Yeah. Does not get any much better than that. And of course, that is for small farmers. And then when I'm talking about the big boys, the big with the moolah, the boys with something in the banks. Yeah. So for example, you go for a 200K funded account with FTMR or other pro farm which are good. For example, the Alpha Capital top step funded accounts, and multiple of them. If you only make 5% of the 200K in a month, that is a soft $10,000 with just a small risk. But then if you take your $1,000, try to flip that in 1 month to $10,000, it means you'll be taking high risk trade setups. Yeah, and over leveraging your account. Yeah, so pro farm, I believe if you know what you are doing in the market, a personal account is good when now you have substantial money, or when now you have a continuous cash flow of money. It is good now to invest the money in your personal account. For example, we usually use some of the payouts I get, or some of the other money I can get from other sources. I remember I never like putting pressure in one of the things. For example, depending alone on trading. Yeah, because I end up at the end of the day, I'll end up making a lot of wrong decisions, because at the end of the day I want to force results out of the market. Yeah, so and my way of trading, I can take one trade in a week, or I can end up not trading when my setups do not play, because me always analyze the market from the bigger time frames, and it can take time to play. Yeah, now if I only depend on money that I make out of the just markets account, then if I don't get setups, I'll end up forcing opportunities that are not there in the market. So I'll end up over trading, and then the market can buyeka money out of my pocket and keep it safely for me, so that next time when I know how to follow my rules, I can get it back. And that is what I don't want to engage in or go against. Yeah, so I think I've pretty much answered the question on between a live funded your account, your personal account, and a funded account. But then we have a pros and cons of everything. Each and everything that has a disadvantage also has the advantages. Yeah, so advantages is you can make good money with just a little or less risk. But then some of the time you can invest your time well, keep everything good, and then at the end of the day you don't receive the payout. So if you go to these awkward prop firms, yeah, or maybe you can find up you have maintained everything to the letter, but then you end up breaking the hidden rules. So before you decide on purchasing a funded account or investing your money, your hard earned money in the pro farm space, make sure you go for a pro farm that you already understand or you already know, and make sure to go through the rules so that you cannot end up breaching your account or violating your accounts. You end up violating your account because you never read and understood the rules. Yeah, so me always keep it simple, nice and easy. And if you have gotten information out of the thing of helpful information out of the information I've given you, don't forget to follow the TikTok by clicking the plus button, and of course going to the Heistfx YouTube account so that you can wait and see the magic that will happen from a $36 investment in the pro farm field. Let us see how much you can go with the account. Fund it in. Peace out.